Hey guys, Tyler again with AR500 Armor, and this is Matt. Matt has been with us for about 4 years on our R&D team, and as you guys know, I started this company a little bit over 7 years ago, and I've been designing armor and plate carriers and all the things that go with that since then. Matt's been a part of assisting with that since he's been on board, and we're doing a reaction series of videos where we look at movies and TV shows and what's popular, and we compare it to real life to see how it compares. Today we have something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at helmet clips because helmets are body armor. This is our militia steel helmet, and there's a lot of misconceptions about using steel as helmets. So we're actually starting with a clip from Saving Private Ryan today. So we'll show you some early personifications of old steel helmets, like metal pots, what they used to be. I believe they used to test those at 45 ACP. Really, they weren't ballistic rated, they were just steel helmets, more for like frag and shrapnel and debris, not really defeating rounds. But there's a lot to talk about when it comes to helmets, and there's a lot of advancements that have been made in metallurgy since D-Day, which is the Saving Private Ryan clip. So, Saving Private Ryan, most of us have seen the movie. It has an intense intro. So we're not glorifying violence. We're on the protective side of things. We're on the good guys killing bad guys type of situation. So we make products that save good free men's lives, and let's take a look at this clip and see how the helmets perform there. And we just brought this out as a prop. We'll talk about that here in a second too. So as a prerequisite, they're using an M1 helmet, which is a mildly hardened and a mildly abrasion resistant steel back then on helmets, which is probably for ease of formability, because it is hard. Like for example, on the militia, it's very hard to get an ultra high hardened steel that has true ballistic capabilities into a circle shape. Hard objects and curvatures don't go together well. So that's what makes the militia special and unique to the market, and why they didn't have something with this capability back in this era, and that's why the M1 helmets were the blend they were. But let's take a look at this clip. It's a relatively short one, and we'll see what it looks like.
Jesus! Come on, lucky bastard.
Just judging by how that looked and the dent it made, it looked like it was more of a ricochet than a direct hit into the helmet there.
And that's what's interesting when you talk about helmets. So when you shoot body armor, you're used to seeing it shot on a flat and perpendicular plane, and it's usually pretty precise. In the real world, there's angles and there's curvatures and there's variables that you can't control. And with a helmet, there's almost always a curvature. And when you talk curvatures and angles on body armor, it's always a ballistic advantage not taking a shot on a direct perpendicular frontal plane. But the angle is where it's at. The angle is what gives you that huge advantage, and why you hear stories of pistol-rated helmets stopping rifle rounds. It's not because they're rated for it. It's variables that are outside of your control due to the nature of the shape of a helmet. So in the world of body armor, angles, shapes, and helmets, distance are all insane variables that you can't predict for. But when we test, we have to test on a platform that stresses the system the most, which is a flat plane perpendicular shot, because we always will get better performance out of an angle. So keep that in mind when you're helmet shopping and you see these videos.
They show basically a straight-on hit when earlier in this movie when the medics are working on a guy out on the beach and he just gets shot in the head. That looks like it was just straight on.
Yeah, just if you're talking,
they were just trying to kill anyone that was just laying there, so they just
yeah, and they're using battle
high-powered rifles.
Yeah, they're battle caliber rifles. So like, you know, they're using 308s and up equivalent of mass and energy. So a perpendicular hit or a straight shot placement with taking out all of the variables and benefits you get of angles and curvatures and helmets. But yeah, no doubt it'll blow through a helmet. They're just not designed for that. There's not really rifle-rated helmets out there because weight on your head is a concern, thickness is a concern. We discuss this a lot. Mitigating what happens to your body is a concern. So like, for example, this is the militia from our stress test video. You can see the minimal BFD profile, but if you take a round on your helmet and it caves in 3 inches, the helmet either needs to be 3 inches off of your head in terms of padding to allow for that deformation to take place, or your body needs to cave in 3 inches. And we all know your head's pretty hard. It's the one part of your body that's not gonna give you the room to play with back face much. Thank you guys again for watching. More reaction videos coming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll take a look at more reaction videos and some other fun clips that our team will show us. And hopefully you guys keep enjoying this. Yeah, so far it seems like you guys are. We have fun doing it. It's nice to step out of work for a second and do a kind of fun video that's a little different for us. So thank you guys again.